All right. Welcome to 94.3 Radio 1 in totally different circumstances. Varun Dhawan, hi.
You've just been purchased, we heard. I wish this makes it to radio.
You're making it sound very dubious. You have been purchased.
I'm purposely doing
Much
it.
as we are against slave labor and it was abolished many centuries ago. Hello, darling.
Hello. Rishi, you have to tell us one thing. How is it possible that every time we do a film promotions, we always end with you? Yeah. It's like become almost like a ritual.
It's a happy ending.
It's always a happy ending.
That's really kind of you to say that, but I would imagine I'm the most insignificant of the lot.
No.
You're not.
In like it's like when we're at our most actually what do you call juiced out state, we come to you and we get juiced up again.
Yeah.
Because you also you ask us such lovely
We
questions.
also met your baby brother. And there's such a
Who is-
contrast
Which is
between
quite an
both of you all.
experience, isn't it?
Such a contrast between both of you all.
Well, I think I can explain it is in this manner, is that my mother's a party animal and she's like totally an extrovert and my dad's like more mellow. So
You've gone on
who's
that.
gone on whom.
Yeah. Or he was-
You know that with the massive family that you have, Adi.
Yes. Yeah, we're all
Some
different.
dad, some mom, some granddad,
Yes.
the gene pool.
Who've you gone on, Adi?
I've gone on. I'm a mix of all actually, because I'm so much younger than
Even the
rest of them.
brothers, they've rubbed off on you.
They've all rubbed off on me. I'm a little bit like all of them in one.
Do you think actually any of your brothers is a little bit like Dave?
I feel maybe Siddharth could.
Yeah.
be a little
Yeah,
bit
I think
like
so.
Maybe.
No, I think, you know,
I feel like I've kind of modeled it a little bit on my dad and him
And Sid.
a few, and
You
a
have?
couple of uncles actually.
That happens.
have you told them that? Have you told Sid that
No,
you've been modeled on? I mean, he's been modeled on.
It's not really. It's not that I've done that's I've subconsciously done it. But I think when they watch it, maybe they'll say, "Listen,
Well, that's very
copied
interesting.
me."
Have you ever done that? Have you ever brought elements of Shaheen or your mom in?
I brought elements of Shaheen in Dear Zindagi.
Wow,
The
that's
way,
a revelation.
Yeah, it was like a lot of, and also I feel like I'm very similar to Shaheen. Especially when I'm upset and angry, and the way I respond to like situations like that.
Have you ever brought Rohit into a role?
I think in Zafar, whenever I do a serious role, I think it's always Rohit. And sometimes people know. I think Alia would tell me all the time that you're sounding like Rohit. It's damn freaky.
No, they both sound so
They
similar.
both sound very very
It's
similar.
scary.
Some expressions.
Some
Like you could get away as being Rohit on the radio if
On the
there was
radio,
no
I could.
filming. Yeah,
I could
Absolutely.
on the radio, and but I definitely feel Rohit's more serious than me. He has a great sense of humor, which is sarcastic. But
Superb sense of humor.
I think when it comes to being serious, and especially Rohit is more serious. I've seen him get into fights once in a while. I saw him get into a fight with a cab driver in New York once.
What are you saying?
Yeah, and it was a pretty like a strange.
Was it
thing.
like a cab driver Indian descent, or
No,
was
no,
it like?
no. It was someone who was kind of being a little racist, and my mom and he had picked up my mom and me from the airport, and we were going to this thing, and that guy was something. He had an attitude. So my brother just told him. He said, "What happened? Why do you have an attitude?" So he's like, "No, you guys." My brother was like, "What do you mean by you guys? What do you mean by you guys?" She's like, "No, I don't mean that." Like, "No, please explain me what do you mean by you guys. I'm sitting next to you." Say, and I just felt that my brother's going to like raise his hand or something. And my mom was like, "Rohit, stop it! Rohit, stop it!" I was like, "Bhaiya, what are you doing, bhaiya?" I just come to America. I was like 16. I didn't want to go back. And Rohit's like, "No, what do you mean? Say it on my face. No, why don't you say it on my face?" And then we cooled him down and stuff like that. And,
No, but you don't want to get into a fight with Rohit. His arms are bigger than our heads. They're huge arms.
So he's Popeye the sailor.
Yeah,
He's
probably is,
Popeye.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
Popeye.
But he doesn't eat spinach, he eats KFC. So,
Wait, Rohit also works out a lot.
not really.
Arms.
Not only arms he does.
I've realized, Adi and Alia, that this guy, Varun Dhawan, has serious marketing chops. And after this film, he has an alternative career as a marketing professional, because there are all these innovative things that are happening on social media, innovative things that are happening which are subtly promoting the film. And they're so damn original.
I'm treating these promotions as a masterclass. Actually, I'm
Varun
almost.
Dhawan masterclass in marketing.
I like a student, and actually the both of them. I would say yes. Varun is amazing. He's great at it. I think Alia as well. I think they're both together and separately. They're both great.
And and I really mean it as a compliment. I don't mean it any other way.
But
man.
you know,
It's absolutely a compliment.
I'm started getting a little worried because I'm actually an actor and I work harder on my acting. But I want people to praise that.
But you're very passionate about it.
Exactly. So this
You're so
marketing thing
good at
comes
it.
out of passion for the love for what I do actually, and I just feel that every character, all of them, have worked so hard. Alia's worked so hard on Roop's character. And it's difficult, She's always coming on set with she has to do a lot to become Roop. And then with all that, especially being a girl, these outfits she was wearing were really heavy, and it was hot. So with those heavy outfits and the heat, then you're emoting, and you have to keep concentrate on so many things, because her name is Roop, so she has to look beautiful also. So why are you laughing? I'm not making fun of you.
No, I know. I'm loving your. Please continue
segues.
speaking. Yeah.
Marketing.
No, I mean that. I think same with I think same with Adi, because his name is he's Dev in the film, and he's the strong character, that has to always wants to do the right thing, wants to be by his family, and he's a very righteous character. Righteous character. Sorry, ma'am. And I think what gets difficult sometimes is that when your external behavior is something, he's totally different from that in real life. He's broken the law a couple of times. We all have. So
And considering your on-screen avatar is of being an alcoholic, I mean, it's all okay.
he breaks that, I think, in this. You will see.
Yeah, you'll see a different side.
You'll see a very different Aditya.
Like
Roy
a
Kapoor
sober.
in this.
I think what with Varun, it doesn't come across as marketing in the sense that it's just a certain positivity that he puts out, and it's just I feel like it feels like he just wants people to watch the film, and there's an exuberance that comes across. So it doesn't feel like a hard sell,
It honestly comes. It all comes from The Rock. When I would see him, it all comes.
It all comes down to The Rock.
It all comes down from there.
No man, Chuck Russell was directing this Vidyut Jamal film. So Chuck and Vidyut were on a radio trail, and they came and paid me a visit. And I was just asking him questions about the Scorpion King, man.
Scorpion King, that was the first one. Yeah,
That was the first one. And, I mean, Chuck Russell also directed The Mask, and then subsequently Vidyut Jamal. Now,
The Mask was
another great one.
Smoking.
Smoking.
And that was also Cameron Diaz's first film, man.
What was
You don't get
Diaz
started.
in that
What was
film?
she in that film, man? Unreal.
God, she was
Unreal.
gorgeous, yeah,
totally.
That was genuinely
God,
mad.
she was like.
So I know that he has the Sanjay Dutt connection from forever because of his dad and this and that.
She does as well.
And so do you. With Sadak and all those films and this and that. What are your interactions with the man, with Baba?
Well, they all started on this film, and it's been lovely working with him. He has this aura around him, where I always say that when he came on set, it's almost as if the temperature changed. Everyone when he's on set, everyone's quiet and just in awe. And I think he realizes that, so he's really gracious of him that he kind of doesn't want you to be intimidated, and he breaks the ice, and because then you can't do your scene properly if you're going to be really intimidated by a co-actor, right? So he's quite cool.
Were you at any point intimidated by Alia or Sonakshi?
Always by
Yeah, I know. The one we must not name on radio.
Yeah.
What's the deal with this?
No, Alia it's just tough.
Cuts the scene when she's not liking it.
Hello, Harry Potter, cut. Who is this?
This is Alia. And the thing is, if you even fumble, she'll stop.
We call her Al. As in Al for
Big
Al
Al.
Pacino.
Weird Al.
So if you fumble, she stops. It has to be a retake.
She has a very stern way of cutting. It's like, cut it.
That's not true.
That's it. And
You're in the zone.
she's in the zone.
You're in the
None
zone.
of
Susan.
this is true.
She
What you're saying.
smacked me once.
It's just
She has
there-
final cut on this edit.
The vivid imagination.
Have you not hit me?
I think you're
during
imagining
film?
another person.
Have
that
you
this
not?
person is
Have you not
honest.
smacked me while shooting once?
You are smacked while shooting, not shooting any time in life. That's
And what's this deal about touching her feet? I've seen it like twice or
being
thrice in
cute.
this
She's
promotion.
done it. She's done it as well. I don't understand
When
this.
have I touched your feet?
So many times you've done it once.
Yeah, I think in retaliation she must have done
kick
it.
your
also.
leg or something. That's the thing.
Another thing I like about Sanjay Dutt as far as this film is concerned is that lots of times when he can't answer what the press is asking him, and I'm talking about the trailer, Varun jawab dega.
Yeah, that was.
You're like
lovely.
his wingman, and you properly give answers.
I
So,
get it. He doesn't.
yeah, he's not a.
Yeah, and they also know. They also are purposely asking him because they want him to reply in a certain way, so they want to enjoy that.
So, what are your earliest memories of Madhuri Dixit? I mean, when you were growing up as a kid, what's your defining Madhuri moment on celluloid now that you're sharing screen space with
I
her?
think all her songs. I was one of those people. I don't remember as a kid. I don't remember maybe the films as much, but I remember the songs very much. And whether it was Madhuri Dixit songs or even Karishma Govinda songs or Aishwarya Rai or Shri Devi or any, I would always. My attention would first go to the song. So Madhuri ma'am, I mean, now we know the number of songs that she's done, and I was always in awe, always, and I would love the fact that her innocence and her energy always remained. Like you never felt like she was repeating herself. Like she was always doing something to surprise you, and that's she dances literally with her soul. So those were my first few memories.
You know, these guys are really close to Abhishek, you know, because they're buddies and this and that. How long do you and Abhishek go back? Again, is it just a film relationship?
Well,
This
we
film?
met socially at a couple of parties, but I don't think that qualifies as really
Doesn't,
knowing each
no.
other. So no, it's pretty much from this film.
So what is your assessment of him?
I've had a really wonderful time working with him. Yeah, it's been great. You know, when he first came to me with the script, I could really get a sense of how much he had actually worked on it. It was a shooting ready script. You don't often kind of read a script that's ready to shoot, and you could see the amount of work he had put into it, and the clarity of thought with which he was kind of approaching it. He was able to articulate how he saw this movie, and that is what I think made everyone on set also really at peace with their own characters and spaces, because they felt really that they could trust him. You know, he's a very clear director with what he wants, but also he manages to kind of strike a balance between being really clear about what he wants and to allow the actor to also try what they want to. And that's a balance that's great, because then you feel like you're able to express yourself, and he's just almost just holding your hand and letting you do your thing but still guiding you through. So
You know, I'm just so happy. I remember meeting you for the first time just before Student of the Year released, and you know, Karan brought all of you into the studio, and I remember finishing the interview and turning around to Karan and saying, you know, this one's like Jerry from Tom and Jerry. You know, the naughty, geeky kid, and
That's
this and that.
true. He is Jerry.
You know, and I said, this is Jerry from Tom and Jerry, and I remember Karan guffawing and saying, yeah, you're right. And then I see you do stuff like what you did in Badlapur, and you know what you did in October, and now I see Zafar with the coal-lined eyes and things like that. Man, you're next level, brother. And you seem to enjoy this stuff more than the comedy now.
I really do enjoy this stuff a lot, more than anyone can imagine how much. Because actually, to be very honest, when I was doing Barry John and when I was doing all my theatre classes with Neeraj Kavi or with whoever, I was actually a dramatic actor. I would do a lot of drama. I would want the dramatic scripts most of the time.
And you don't mean the Arjun Kapoor and you video.
No, that's the more commercial masala side of my this picture chalani bhi hai.
Yeah.
So, but you know, very rarely, like Adi said, you get a shooting ready script, a dramatic script. Now, as an actor, when you get this, you just want to chew on it. You know, it's so juicy. You want to chew on it. You're like, wow. But I'll be very honest. When I read this script, you need great actors to pull off a script like that. So when I knew Alia is doing this film, I'll be very, very honest about this, that I said yes to this film because I knew she's doing it. You know, honestly, not because I wanted to collaborate with her, because selfishly I knew that she will be amazing at doing this part. You know, she'll pull off that part, and you're seeing the world through her eyes.
It's such an important.
So I knew that if Alia is doing this, and it's a very difficult role that she has. I think she's got actually the toughest role in the film.
She's the best actress in the country at this point in time.
I totally agree with you.
I have no qualms in saying that. You really are the best actress in this country.
After seeing Made in Heaven, I just
Please don't
love,
just not
Jim
say
Saab.
anything.
Jim Saab is my favorite actor right now.
No, actress, an actor.
No,
you're the best
let's-
actress in this country, darling. You really are. You're
I think
just
it's Jim
unbelievable.
Saab, and you're a very close second. I love Jim Saab right now. He's
The
outstanding.
mad Bawa. no?
That
He's-
is
I love
amazing.
Bawaz.
I'm obsessed with the Made
I
in
love
Heaven
Jim Saab.
cast.
I follow him on Instagram, and his music sense is so cool,
know,
man.
someone
He
else
has a
told
song every day.
But
You
he's
know?
such a cool
Cool
personality.
guy. But anyway, so it was going to be Alia Bhatt or Jim Saab. If either of them were doing it, I was going to do it. And no, the minute I knew she's doing it, and then I came into it, then I knew that, you know, I have to bring my A game because she's there. And there's like this unspoken kind of a bond that we have, or chemistry, or whatever you want to call it, which kind of works in favor for this film. And when we started this film, kind of, we not spoken for a long time. We were not in touch. So just on that acting point of view, I think a lot of those things have translated in the scene. You know, it's very
Angst.
difficult to be awkward with a person you know for so long.
Yeah.
How do you be awkward with a person? I know you so well. I talk to you every day. I know you so well. How am I going to be awkward? It just so worked out that destiny had its way that we didn't end up.
We were
talking
we were not talking
for like
initially.
8 months or 9 months. Not like we actually didn't speak for a good 6 months, and then bam, we are on set with each other and having to say these lines or meeting. So that automatic awkwardness that came in, I think, has worked nicely in the film as well.
Lovely. Your mom was with me 3 days ago, and she's giving me details of this trek when you were 15 years old and you're going to Himachal and you almost fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
I said, thank God you caught her, man.
She nearly fell
Indian
over
cinema.
also.
I said, Indian cinema is so rich because of this girl and what she's doing. So, you know,
got a lot of street cred, I must say. It's again happening. You know what happened even before, because she did Highway and then I was doing Humpty with her, and wherever I would go,
मार दिया.
and my last release was मैं तेरा hero. So I would almost they would like shame me, I would feel. Then I did Badlapur, then thoda मेरे को भी उड़ गया मैं. Then again she did some Udta Punjab and all that shit, and then people were like, oh ma'am आपने, and मेरा अभी I think Dilwale or something had released again. I was like,
And now she's just walked home with a
now
film fair a
again,
week ago. or
Then I
something.
did October. Then again I came up now. Again bloody done Gully
This
Boy.
is healthy
killed it.
competition.
It's
Healthy
it's very healthy competition. I'll have to play some really matlab pained. What do I play now?
Zafar is the
They are
man.
ghosts.
Why are you
Zafar is the
competing
guy.
with
They are
me?
ghosts. Should I play a ghost or something?
You can play. You'll have to play some
An alien, bro.
Yeah, an alien.
A heartbroken alien.
You've played Zafar now. That's
Yeah.
also a good one.
So, I mean, it would be disrespecting Abhishek to say that Ghar More is a Bansali-esque kind of song, but just the fact that you guys come together and it's just such a beautiful, grand
Yes.
piece of art.
Yeah.
You know, when you guys film it, I know this is a heavy costume,
Of course.
and you know there's all this stuff that's happening. But are you aware that this is going to be big?
You know, you hope, of course, and you are there. You know how the set is looking. You know how it's being lit. You know how much detail there is. This attention to detail is so large. I always, I'm very like internal and like through my eyes, sort of like the work is honestly happening within myself. And then I really take in the world of the film only once I see it. But because I know Abhishek really well, and I know what he did with Two States, and how he made that look, even at that time, it was his first film. He did not have that kind of budget. Of course, this is a bigger film. It has a bigger cast, and the world is much bigger. But I, from the very beginning, knew that he's going to make it look beautiful. And yes, this is word that's being used a lot, very Bhansali-esque, because actually, technically speaking, no one has really touched that world except for Sanjay Leela Bhansali. And Abhishek himself is a very big self-proclaimed, self-confessed sort of fan.
Fanboy.
So he is very, very much inspired by him. And even when I met Sanjay, so I told him, like, you know, I said,
did you
please
say? What
tell
did you
me
say?
what you thought about the teaser. He really liked it.
You know, in fact, when I had met him also, when he knew about this film, he said, मुझे कोई कुछ पूछता ही नहीं है. So I said, क्या sir? He's like, you know, Madhuri, Alia साथ में, I would love to, you know, work on a song like that. Do a song, because he gives music also. He's a talented man.
Yeah,
and he said, you know, I'd love to give music for these two and stuff like that. So I in fact asked Alia also that what did he say to you when he saw your song? What did he say?
No,
exactly?
he was very encouraging, and honestly, he also understands that even though people are telling him it's a very big, he said no, he has a world of his own. Like it's his own world.
That's very kind.
That was very
magnanimous.
It's a magnanimous thing.
So just an insight into your character, bro. I mean, much has been said about what Zafar is and Roop is, and just an insight into your character, please.
Character's name is Dev Chaudhary. He is he runs a publication where he's very much in the thick of things in terms of, and this film is set in the 40s, so he is very concerned with the happenings of the times, and that's one aspect of his life. I think when you meet him in the film, he is going through situations that are taxing and that are out of his control. He's also someone who is well educated, holds his principles up on a pedestal, and is trying to do the right thing by his family and his country.
And your look is just fabulous, I have to say, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
You know, you see, initially you hear Karan waxing eloquent about you, and you say, Karan's crushing on Aditya, and then you see more and more visuals, and you say, man, that's true.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think
just beautiful. It's just
I think
fantastic.
beautiful is the adjective one would use for
He's
Aditya.
a well-to-do chap, so I think he can spend some money.
Nice car. Which car does he drive?
Yeah, I don't know what is a Buick or something. I don't know.
And was he drink single malt?
Yeah, when he has to, he does.
Who is going to tell me about the world famous Kemu? I had no idea Kemu was in this film. But
Yeah.
the trailer happened, man.
He's a
He's-
surprise
Whoa.
package.
He's a
Yeah.
surprise package, and he's
वो जिगर का टुकड़ा
I
है
love
यार.
him, man. Every time I met him, he's got a great sense of humor. And
he's so funny. funny.
Really spent a lot of time with Khemu, and I'm actually a fan of Khemu, genuinely, from like Raja Hindustani to
Yeah.
Hame Rai Pyar Ke. A lot of people say Alia Bhatt is Mahesh Bhatt's biggest discovery. I say Kunal Khemu is.
That's true. I agree with you.
He's just an amazing actor.
and even my dad says that he's the best actor he's worked with till date is Kunal
He's so
Khemu.
like he flows, like he and Jim Saab. I just want to like film them both.
You are crushing on
You
Jim
should
Saab
direct
now.
Even I'm really. You're finished Made in Heaven or you're still
I
watching
finished.
it?
I finished.
How good
is-
I
how
want to
good
start
is-
Delhi Crime. Apparently, that's
Yeah, even I want to start dedicating. What a show, man.
You should actually watch your bros show. You should watch.
Yeah.
You should watch Kunal Roy Kapoor whining inside Hero. He's
I've seen it.
exceptional.
It's funny, man. It's great. It's
Even I've seen a couple of scenes of that.
He's crushed it, dude.
Yeah,
he's just
he
crushed it.
absolutely
Okay, my time is up. Thank you so much. I love you much, and I can't wait to see Kalang. Thank you, Varun.
Hope you like it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alia.
Thank you. Thank you.